Let's get ready to rumble! Awesome! I came to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees and pray.
Welcome to another installment of everybody's favorite little podcast, Outside the Ring. And everybody meaning the three guys in this studio. I am Jason Murphy! Alongside the one, the only, Troy Stone Cold Austin.
Arrive, raise hell, and leave.
Hey, nice that old
Drink
shirt.
beer,
I remember
right?
that.
Drink beer.
And the one, the only, our stat guy, Wes
Funk man.
Barden,
What up?
a.k.a.
He's not even paying attention. He's watching poker on TV.
I know,
right
a.k.a. I
This
love
is
me some
intriguing
poker.
stuff.
I don't know how poker gets on
love it.
TV.
I know.
I love it.
I don't know.
Oh, they threw a car. It's like NASCAR. They're making
That's
a
a
left
whole
turn.
nother show. Is it a sport?
No, it's not a sport.
I believe it is.
No.
All right, so
Whatever. We got a show to do.
we got a lot of we got shameless plugs to get to first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, look. We got 11 subscribers on YouTube now. That's big time.
Wow.
I think we went up like 4.
For us, it's big time.
For the
In
week,
one
we went up
week.
4. We actually have, like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I don't remember the young lady's name, but there's a couple people that actually posted questions for us
Yes,
on our
and,
YouTube.
I've been trying my best to send them messages on YouTube to respond to those. So
Yeah.
If you're listening, check your inbox. You've probably got a message from us. I'm trying to keep up on all that
I know
stuff.
the girl asked what we thought of SmackDown, and I don't
Yeah.
know what episode she thought of, but it sucks.
I sent something to her along the lines of, we try to cover whatever we can, but sometimes, it's just not possible for us due to,
Yeah.
work schedules and all that.
I'm eating popcorn here. Hold
It was a pretty. I mean, it was
a professional
all right.
show.
You're eating
If
the
she's talking
stale
about last week's
popcorn.
SmackDown, it was pretty decent.
on. It was all right. For TV PG wrestling, it was
Really?
okay. So we're up a few subscribers on YouTube, and if you want to go to our YouTube page, Troy,
Outside the Ring 1.
that's right. You can't miss us. We got, I think, almost 1,000 channel views the last time I looked, which was like a few hours ago.
Yeah.
And then our Twitter page, same deal, Outside the Ring with the number 1, and hit us up on there. We're starting to get a lot of followers on there. Spread the word. We need support.
We got about 20 followers on Facebook, so that's
Yeah.
that's
pretty good.
on the steady uphill.
And then Facebook, of course, Outside the Ring. We have a cool logo by our dude from Cleveland.
Rich.
That's all we call
Richie
him.
Rich.
We don't want to give too much information out.
His new name is Richie Rich for us.
Okay. All right. He's Richie
Richie
Rich.
Movie. Classic movie.
Richie Rich. I did like that
And
movie.
by
when I
the
was
way,
younger.
I don't know. We'll probably do it next episode. We have a Thanksgiving logo that
Yes.
we're gonna debut it next week on our Facebook, Twitter page, YouTube.
Yes.
So we'll do that next week. This week you got to look at the same logo. So
Look at the same old crap.
that's right. And I think that if you want to email us questions, outside the ring 316
At gmail.com.
There you go. Shameless plugs out of the way, guys. Let's go. Headlines.
Headlines.
Yay. All right. So
Wes is so like, what the hell are you guys doing?
I'm going to smack him. I'm going to go over there and smack you.
Something.
What are you thinking about?
I was just thinking about
Kelly
SmackDown.
Kelly. You're thinking about
No,
Kelly
no.
Kelly. That
Maxim
Not
cover.
at all.
You and
That
Jerry
was
the
a-
King.
That was a stupid segment.
Jerry the King Lawler.
We're
loves
gonna get
it
to that.
every time.
He's old
not
enough
the
to be her grandpa.
He's not the same as the old king. The puppies and all that. No.
He's too PG.
Oh,
now.
he's still about puppies. He's hiding the fact, though. He's like, I'm going to tweet about this. Him and Michael Cole, let's tweet
Yeah,
about
he's-
everything.
Does Cole even get on Twitter anymore? I don't think
who
he does.
knows?
Who cares?
He talks about it enough.
Yeah.
All right, ratings are in for Monday's Raw in Liverpool, which was a tape show, obviously. Monday's Raw drew a stunning, are you ready? A 2.88.
It's because it was recorded.
That could be.
Wow.
And because it might have stunk.
Right.
Raw continued the disturbing trend of losing viewers in the second hour. Hour 1 this week did a 2.94, while Hour 2 did a 2.81. Go figure. Cena was in the final
didn't
segment.
lose that many viewers.
No, and then if you want to compare it to Monday Night Football, ESPN Monday Night Football did a 12.32.
Wow.
Big ups.
WWE wishes they could pull in half of that rating.
And again, I mean, the game yesterday was pretty good.
Yeah,
And
it was a good game.
That but still, it could be the Browns and the Cardinals, and it'll still draw at
Don't
least a
mention
10.
the Browns. That video you showed me earlier of
I know.
the angry Browns fan outside the stadium. That was great.
Big ups to that guy, too. He's getting a lot more views than we are. He needs to help us out.
I might
We need
link,
to find
I might,
something
link,
out.
I might link that on our Facebook
Yeah.
later.
We
just
should
because.
Figure out how he's doing
To
this.
get us views.
Yeah,
Steal his
see if we could get him to be on the show.
Oh, God. Call him. I'll make some calls to my people in Red Hook, as Taz used to say.
Where you go, Joey Numbers? Joey Numbers in Red Hook.
First day ticket sales for WrestleMania. What is this, 28 coming up?
Yes, sir.
Set records. They announced...
Did you really expect it not to? The
No.
Rock
Yeah.
is coming back.
The Rock says that they announced today the first day ticket sales for WrestleMania 28 in Miami resulted in a record gross of $6.3 million, shattering the previous first day record of $4.8 million for WrestleMania 25.
Wow.
It's a lot. And of course, like Troy said, Rock, Cena, main event. Possibly, I'm sure it will be your main event. So,
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Obviously,
definitely.
I mean, they announced it, a year in advance. So obviously
the
the ticket
day
sales
after.
are going to be outlandish like this.
If it's not
Yeah.
the main event, there's something wrong.
there's something seriously, well, I don't know.
There's
with
already
WWE.
something wrong with the WWE.
Yeah. And we're kind of all in agreement on that main event that it shouldn't be for a belt, but it
No.
should be the
No.
main event.
No, yeah, main event, no title on the line.
It's a grudge match.
Yeah.
You built it for a year or more, a little more than a year. Why not? TNA.
It's gonna suck though, because WrestleMania is on April 1st. This is all one big ass April Fool's gag.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, pretty much. TNA, I have nothing to add. TNA Wrestling's official website was hacked. I didn't even know about this till
I
West
saw
told me.
that. It was funny.
It was funny.
Apparently, I'm going to read the story here. Their, of course, their website, ImpactWrestling.com, was hacked Sunday evening. It was not the Ultimate Warrior, as we don't know. Visitors to the site were greeted with a black screen and a message saying, "I love you, Mindy."
I love you, Mindy.
The statement was accompanied by a graphic of an eagle dropped in the flag of Algeria. What?
Algeria.
Draped.
Oh, draped. What did I say?
Dropped in the flag.
You might as well drop that. Oh, big shout out to Algeria. We love you guys.
Yeah, buddy.
Mwah.
No, I still think that, I told you earlier, there's some boards that I go to for wrestling, and the people were saying, oh, they should have made it so, ImpactWrestling.com linked straight to the WWE's page.
Or have John Cena reportedly coming to TNA.
Yeah.
Something totally
Or like
stupid.
you go to the roster page and it takes you to the SmackDown roster page. Or
The
something.
Rock says he's TNA all the way.
People have a lot of time on their hands to be doing something like this.
I know.
To just-
I've never been a fan of hacking, and even
No.
if it's something like this where it
No.
really doesn't hurt anybody, it's still stupid.
or spyware, or the
have
Trojan,
no
or the
Trojan
worms,
horses, yeah,
all that
that's
stuff. It's
Why,
really
do you
annoying.
have that little bit of a
I know.
life?
You have no life.
That
if
they have
you're
to ruin
hacking,
other
period.
people's lives.
Yeah.
Dumb.
I love you, Mindy. Obviously, some dude trying, hey, look
He's
what
trying- yeah.
He's got to give his girlfriend a
Putting out-
shout out.
I don't know what's worse, that he hacked the site or that his girlfriend is big enough of a fan to keep going to Impact Wrestling to actually be able to see this.
Right. Maybe they got more hits.
I wonder.
They might
I don't
have.
know.
How long did it take him to get the site pulled down?
I don't know.
You know?
I have
not
no
sure.
clue. Well, I saw it when I first found out about it. It was literally about 5 minutes after I had seen it. It went
Yeah.
back to normal, but apparently they did it again after that. So
Yeah, I just happened to be on Twitter and caught that, and I was like, "What the?
What the hell?
I was like, "Is this real?"
One more TNA news story to report about. Troy's not happy about this.
No.
TNA reaches agreement with Ohio Valley Wrestling.
it
If you
used
don't,
to be WWE's training ground.
that's exactly it.
and then they went. They were having money problems, and to my remembrance, JBL helped them out. So he has a stake. I could be completely wrong about this
I think
now.
you're right
don't-
about that.
I don't remember if he pulled out of it already. But the last I heard, JBL had a stake in Ohio Valley Wrestling, and now TNA owns it. And I think JBL needs to pull every single cent out of that.
It's going to be their training grounds, and can you guess who the programming and talent relations guy of developmental guys is?
Is it going to be John Laurinaitis?
No. It's not going to be that D-bag.
No.
Bruce Pritchard.
Oh,
Hey.
God.
So everybody remembers him.
Ugh.
He was in WWE, and now he was probably there when WWE owned it.
Probably.
So he knows the grounds pretty well.
Sorry, I'm
That's
stealing,
in-
I'm stealing
that's
your,
in what?
some of your
You're fine.
popcorn here.
They wrestle in Lexington, right?
Yes.
With
I
that.
think so.
Yes. So there you go. That's your headlines. We don't, there's not a ton to hit on. Probably next week there will be with Survivor Series around the corner,
Oh,
which
yeah.
we'll talk about
Oh, yeah.
card.
And well, obviously we crossed off the spoilers for SmackDown. I mean, it looked like a decent SmackDown. few good matches.
SmackDown is honestly looking better. Looking better and better than Raw half the time.
Raw has been
It's not that hard.
It seems like Raw has the money makers, but SmackDown has the talent.
Yes.
Has
the wrestlers.
I can't say talent.
Other than
Has the wrestlers.
CM Punk and maybe The Miz on Raw, they're the only other two. Well, there's probably a few more, but I'm thinking of like the big names. Because most of the guys on SmackDown could work.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't think of one guy on SmackDown, maybe other than Great Khali. I don't know if he's on Raw or SmackDown.
He's gone now.
Yeah, I heard that.
So-
he's gone.
Yeah,
I
he's
heard.
done.
He's released?
Well, yeah, I don't know when that happened, but there was a mutual agreement for him to
I don't think
separate.
You're telling me,
released
wait a
that.
minute, you're telling me pepperoni nipples is gone from WWE. Wait a minute.
Finally.
Jason, it troubles me that you're looking at his nipples.
How could you not notice
I don't
those
know.
big pepperonis?
His chest was huge, though.
He
had
most...
that like growth
Yeah.
on it or whatever.
Yeah.
It
He's
was.
strange.
The mole
He
or
was.
whatever.
And he killed a guy
And
in
he
the ring. I mean,
he
I'm not
couldn't work.
saying I'm not. No, he couldn't.
Oh,
No.
It's the
He
freak show
he was
attraction
so,
thing.
yeah, he was so stiff. He was like the oddities back in the day. They were literally the freak show
He
of
would've
the
been-
WWE.
he would've been good with them.
He would have been
Exactly.
good with them. That's good booking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you wouldn't have had Ranjan Singh with Khali, he would have never went anywhere.
Oh, no.
he would have never gotten that one pity title reign.
No. All right, so we head into Raw.
Ugh.
Raw, I got to be honest. I did not watch a lot of this Raw. I was moving stuff around my house.
I didn't either. I was messing around on my phone.
I know
half the time.
this is our job to report to you guys like what's up, and we didn't hardly watch this damn show. This was so god awful.
And I mean, it was. And one thing I want to complain about, and this is just
One?
me rant. Well, okay, multiple
lot of
things, but
things.
this is one that's coming to my mind now. It was a UK show.
Yeah,
Change the damn stage for the UK. It's always the same.
it is that
The
stupid
big-
bus.
Yeah. Well, it's either the bus or that little
The
the
car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time.
Why?
I'm not saying-
it's always set up the same in every
Yeah.
way. Like the car is tilted at a certain
it's like-
angle.
yeah.
And Cena always comes out and like buffs it. It's like it's his baby or
He
something.
has to do it.
Ugh.
It's
All right, how did Raw start? Because I didn't see it.
Well,
I didn't see the beginning.
At first, obviously, we started with the John Cena promo.
Of course.
Where he comes out. Yeah, he mentioned the ticket sales from WrestleMania 28.
Of course, he's got to be their poster boy. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he tried sucking up to Liverpool, and then The Miz and R-Truth came out and
We got a
interrupted
good
him.
ovation from what I heard. Like
Yeah.
Miz was getting kind of cheered.
Oh yeah.
Which is they
Cena
hate
got
Cena.
booed.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Big
Even
time.
the queen was booing
The
Cena.
queen was like, "What is this crap on my TV? What is this crap on my telly?"
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry if I'm offending any
We have
UK viewers.
Shout out to our UK viewers,
Yes.
by the way, who
I mean,
follow
it was
us
the-
only on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah. It was the same Miz and Truth promo like they've been giving the
Yeah,
last couple of weeks, and they ran in and tried jumping on Cena, and then his partner later on in the night came
his
out.
partner, who Cena said was a future Hall of Famer,
Hey.
which made me want to
Hey,
puke.
if Coco Beware can get into the Hall of Fame,
Wait a
anybody
minute.
can get into the Hall of Fame.
And he wasn't talking about The Rock. He's
No.
talking about
He's talking about Zack
Ryder.
friggin' Ryder.
a
Yes.
future Hall of Famer.
He
Yes.
called him a future Hall of Famer.
Cena has
he's
a
still-
way better chance of getting the Hall
He's
of
still
Fame
young.
than him.
He's still young. He's got time to develop his
He could woo woo woo.
his character.
All right,
What
so
character? Apparently, from what interviews I've heard, that's how he actually is.
Oh,
and if that's
yeah.
the case, he's a huge douchebag in real life.
wow. Hey,
I don't like Zack Ryder.
I don't know what to say other than follow us
the crowd
on
was
Twitter.
pretty good for him.
Outside the ring one.
The crowd was pretty hot for Ryder when he came out.
He was.
I feel like Michael Cole.
He's as much as I don't like him, as you can tell. I will give him props. He is getting over. He does have a fan base. He can work.
Yeah.
The matches with him and Ziggler were some of the best matches of the year
Definitely on
that
Raw.
they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely on Raw. Yeah, there's definitely better pay-per-view
I'll
matches.
say this right now. It's probably the best feud going on. Mm-hmm. Because Rock
Yeah.
hasn't been there. So, I mean...
Rock hasn't been there. Punk and Del Rio really
That's
hasn't
okay.
had time to do
They haven't really
anything.
talked though. They need an interaction on
Yeah.
TV to
They
really
had
push the feud
some
over.
on Raw, but they didn't have a lot.
Yeah.
No, just that one with
So-
Yeah,
They-
and
Wolverine,
Miz
but-
and Truth with Cena.
Yeah.
They really they
That's
interact
really not even
maybe
a-
once a week for about 3 or 4
That
minutes.
was the first
That's
time I
about
heard
it.
a promo between the three of them.
Yeah.
Like, leading up to Survivor Series, which is 2 weeks.
yes, away.
Yep.
Not even now.
And they pushed the petition that Zack Ryder's been pushing online for his United States title
on
match and-
Twitter.
Yes,
Of course.
and obviously now he's getting his title match against Ziggler at
By the
Survivor
way-
Series.
This is another reason why I think Twitter is absolutely stupid. It's a Twitter position.
By the way, he's our stat guy, Wes Burden. When you watch Raw, since you're our stat guy, I think you should start counting how many mentions of Twitter.
Yes.
Honestly,
Okay.
You need to keep a little clicker on you.
I'll just write it down
Anytime
every time.
Michael
Twitter
Cole
category. Just write Twitter.
utters the word Twitter.
Put a dash.
Put
or
a
mentions
dash.
it, and like somebody says, oh, he said this on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you
Well,
guys
they-
heard about this, but Evan Bourne, who's suspended right now,
Yeah.
He's been taking shots at people.
he's been taking shots
Took
at
a
people.
shot at the Twitter mentions last night.
And what did he say?
He said
on
something.
Twitter.
Said it's getting really,
says it's
pretty much
getting-
in layman's terms, that it's getting really annoying.
Yeah.
He
And
said
that
it's getting really annoying, and he wondered if it was going to be in WWE 12.
How about
13.
that?
Yeah,
13.
What else did he say?
That's
It was,
funny to me because
He said it was almost getting to the point where it was making the
Making-
talking sound.
he's right.
All right.
He's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you, Evan. I hope you don't get fired,
I mean,
though.
again, and you said it a few weeks ago, Wes. They're treating Twitter like it's the number one
biggest thing in the
social
world.
networking
Yeah.
site out
Which is
there.
weird.
I mean, it's not like they're mentioning like MySpace or
No.
anything.
Well, that's.
But I mean,
kind of a,
Facebook is bigger and better, if you
Yes.
ask me, than Twitter. So quit.
And now they're pushing them to get Google Plus, like Kelly was mentioning
Oh,
that.
who the
and-
hell
What?
cares about
Yeah,
Google
it's like
Plus?
their new social media thing they're trying to push.
But here's the thing. Like, my dad has a Facebook. He doesn't tweet. He
No.
barely Facebooks.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, hey, that's the way my dad is
They're,
too.
right. You got people that are still old school wrestling fans watching the show that can care less about Twitter.
Twitter's.
Exactly.
I don't
Twitter's
even
all
care
right.
about Twitter. I'm 26.
Honestly,
I mean, I
this-
have it, but
honestly, WWE, it's on television. The story should progress on television.
They're trying to use Twitter
not
to push that.
Twitter. Yeah, not everybody has Twitter. Hell, not even everybody has the internet.
No.
they're using Twitter to push
Yeah.
feuds, is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah,
It has a purpose,
They're using
but
Twitter
they're
to push
using it
feuds.
for other things, yes.
They're using Twitter to push feuds, and then when this match comes up, where this feud was built up on Twitter, the people that don't have a Twitter account or
Yeah.
even the internet are like, "What the hell is
You know
this?"
what I miss more than anything, and I mean this. We were watching videos before the show started, like botches and like Hulk Hogan. But the cool thing about back then was Hogan, Jake the Snake, all these guys would do segments before the match
Yeah.
with Mean Gene to pump up the match,
and then,
build it
and
up.
Then either they would air them right before they came out, or they would do the little picture,
square
the little
box.
picture in
Yeah.
picture thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And even if Hogan did a 20-second bit.
They did do that last night with Jack Swagger.
Did they? Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Right before.
Right
Yes.
before when he started getting
That's
the
right.
twitch because Beaker helped Santino win last week.
That, you see.
Is that his new gimmick now?
I
the
guess.
Twitch?
I guess he's getting like this
Ugh.
like anger twitch
Yeah.
or something.
That's nice. At least he's giving his character something.
yeah, he's getting
kind of-
some kind of character.
Yeah.
Ever since he won the world title, all character was just gone.
So we have our main event: Zack Ryder, John Cena against Awesome Truth. What? So after that
After
opening
that-
segment.
Oh wait, how are we going to jump to the main event without mentioning Kelly's Maxim cover?
Oh wait, that was what happened after.
Who the hell cares?
Should we just mention all the the promo stuff first and then go to the matches results?
I mean, there was a lot of
I don't-
promos.
since you
so
hit
where do
on
want to
Kelly,
start?
well, I mean Kelly.
There was
I mean,
there was a backstage segment between Zack Ryder and the Bellas.
Okay, let's talk about that.
It wasn't nothing big.
No,
Okay,
It
next.
was 30 seconds.
All
The
right.
announcers mentioned that there was no Jim Ross again this week for the Michael Cole challenge, so they're going to be doing that next week.
This is
on
stupid.
the 3-hour
This
Raw.
is another. Of course.
Nah.
But it's getting getting stupid.
I hate commentator feuds.
They keep plugging it.
They keep doing it when they could be
Yes.
using it for real wrestlers.
I know.
Imagine that, like your WWE title match
Yeah.
that nobody even hardly
You
cares
guys,
about.
you guys are insistent on pushing Zack Ryder. Drop the Cole and JR thing and give Ryder some friggin' screen time.
I'd rather see Ryder get screen time.
I would too.
Honestly,
I
I'm not
would
a
too.
huge Zack
Yeah,
Ryder
I
fan
don't-
like
he
Wes
needs-
Burton over
I
here.
don't like Zack Ryder, but I hate this Michael Cole JR thing even
Yeah.
more.
Zack Ryder's young.
He needs to get away from using his catchphrases during every segment that he
Yeah,
talks.
it seems like every promo he's in, he tries to squeeze
Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
one of them in.
Yeah.
Are you serious, bro? And then he goes on to the next one.
Yeah.
that one?
Are you
Spike
serious?
your hair.
Woo,
Take it.
spike your hair.
Like he's got to say
Yeah.
other things. He's
All right,
got to
yeah.
get
But
past that.
here's the thing, okay? I agree with Troy when we started the show. The whole Kelly Maxim thing, that was stupid.
It was.
I mean, you knew.
remember
you knew that Beth and Natty were going to come out.
Yeah.
You knew it was obvious.
Do you remember back in the day when something like that The girls were posing for Playboy.
And they had an unveiling, and always somebody comes out.
Exactly.
It's never.
Because it never went
It's
through
never
without
gone
anything
out
happening.
without a hit.
But
Yes.
we've said this how many times? How do we? Nobody cares about this
And the
feud.
thing is, why are
No.
they making a big deal about it? Kelly's been in Maxim before.
Yes.
Right.
Has she ever been on the cover, though? Is the
Who
question.
cares? She's been in the damn magazine.
Well, they're just trying to promote Kelly. You know, she's their
Why?
top babyface diva. So
Yeah, but I'm with Troy on this one. I don't see why you waste a segment
Well,
again, not pushing
a
talent.
fairly long segment.
Yeah.
at least there
That
wasn't
went
a
off.
diva match, right?
Well, I agree with that.
That was the diva segment.
that's
of
how
the
much
night.
I
They
pay
get one.
attention.
They
Yeah.
get one. They get one segment. So
I actually
however
agree.
they
I agree with you on
play
that.
out.
And, it still pisses me off in that segment. Beth and Natty came out and started harassing Kelly. And then Eve and Alicia
Alicia Fox.
Newly
Newly turned face.
Yeah. And Beth and Natty back down from these three bimbos.
Right. Like
They could
whoop them.
they could murder them
yes.
if they wanted to.
No kidding. I mean, real honestly,
The high-heeled divas.
It's stupid.
Pin up strong versus the high heel divas or something
Is
like
that-
that.
are you
I
kidding
don't
me?
know.
That's what they're
or
calling
is that just what
themselves?
you're calling them?
That's what I'm calling.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, jeez, oh man.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they went with that.
And again, during the whole thing, I hear Cole in the background before King gets in the ring, and he's talking. Kelly said to me on Twitter.
Kelly said to me on Twitter, I said this on Twitter. Twitter, shut the hell up.
I know. By the way, again, follow us on Twitter. Outside the Ring 1.
Speaking of divas, did you see where China was interviewed and she was wondering why WWE wouldn't bring her back?
Oh, was that the Howard Stern interview?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, she was on there recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were discussing WWE and how she was trying to get them to talk to her about bringing
how
bring
she
her back
sent
into the
Vince
company.
Honestly,
like an actual well thought out letter
Yes.
through a lawyer to bring her back.
China's crazy,
Vince never
but
really said anything.
I would
She's
like to
gotten her-
see China.
She's gotten her stuff together,
I'd like to see
and
China
I really
back.
think that she would probably.
There's no way.
There's no way. Ever
you could
since
fit
she
her into this feud.
Ever since that she, did the adult
XXX
video.
thing, yeah.
X-Pac!
No, she had a new one.
She had one
another
that was
one, too.
professionally
Yeah.
done.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, if she wouldn't have done that, they might have brought
Yeah.
her back.
But the PG
But and
thing,
now
and
there
Linda
is
McMahon-
no chance for her even to get
No.
into the Hall of Fame because of that
No.
video.
Which is sad because she really,
She worked for TNA for 2 shows and then said,
Yeah.
"Screw it, I'm doing porn."
she was, in my opinion, she transcended the tough women, not the bimbos like you're saying, more like the Beth Phoenixes, the Natalias.
But they don't she competed with the men, but they don't ever throw them in there with the men anymore.
No.
They won't do it.
Yeah.
It's like
Nobody wants to see a woman beat a man because really, in all
What are you gonna
actuality,
do?
how
Put
can
Kelly
they?
Kelly against Randy Orton, dude?
I know.
Are you crazy?
No, yeah, I'm just saying.
They-
All
and you know what?
actuality, there's a woman
WWE
can
would
never
have-
beat a man.
WWE would have Kelly Kelly beat Randy Orton too, probably
for the title.
for the belt.
Screw that.
Oh well,
Put it
I
on
would-
Max
it
and his
doesn't mean
Twitter.
anything
I
anyway.
would be
So
done with wrestling. I would be done.
I agree.
I would block all the channels wrestling comes on my TV.
No
I would
kidding.
be done.
Any more promos? Oh, Kevin Nash.
That was a good promo.
Okay, I did not see the Nash
CM
promo.
Punk Del Rio they had a promo
Yeah,
too.
that wasn't that. That was
It was-
all right.
it was
the
all right.
Nash promo was probably the highlight.
That's
of
saying
the night.
something because Nash.
I didn't
Nash,
really like it.
Nash.
He can
even
still
though he is,
match.
older, can't really work in the ring. He can still cut a damn good.
Oh,
promo.
absolutely. One of the best ever. I thought he was always
I
good.
didn't think he was that good. I thought he stumbled through it.
I mean, he isn't the greatest. He's not like The Rock.
But he hasn't been on TV for how long?
Yeah, I mean, he's out of
That's true.
practice.
He hasn't had a mic in his hand probably since he got fired by Triple H.
Yeah.
So that's
he
what
was trying
a
to
month
make
ago?
he was trying to make his mean face throughout the promo too.
He was
Super Shredder.
He was trying to mean mug the whole
That's the
while.
game and how you play it.
So what did he say to Triple H? Just like, hey, you suck.
Basically, he said that it was 20 years of friendship out the window.
He should have pretty
when he
much. He was
fired
getting
him.
at. He should have taken out Triple H 15, 20 years ago when he had the chance.
He said something about when you walked into the
Yeah.
door, I should have buried you right there.
Yes.
Wow.
Word
Yeah.
for word, I
Yeah.
should have buried you right there.
I think Sean's going
pretty
to come
strong.
in. Sean's
Real
going to
strong
come into this
connotations there.
feud. Sean
Sean has to come into this feud somewhere.
I don't see how he wouldn't. Just leave X-Pac at home.
Yeah, because that
And
screw X-Pac.
don't
He wants
even
back
talk
in,
about
too.
Scott.
No, don't bring
I don't know.
Screw X-Pac.
China did. Oh!
But
All right, look.
There was one other promo too. But
what?
David Otunga, Laurinaitis, Punk, and then Del Rio attacked Punk.
Del Rio.
Where Otunga called him a gas station attendant.
He said the WWE
What?
champion shouldn't look like somebody who works at a gas station, and then Punk said some kind of cheesy,
He
like,
said
you want
something
to be
like,
unleaded
well, so's
and
this one.
regular?
Do you want unleaded or regular? Holds
he
his
punched
fist
him
up and then
he
just
punched him.
Yeah,
That's
just
very
beat him
good.
down.
And then he was attacking him. Laurinaitis yelled, "Oh, don't make me take off my jacket."
That's
and then,
enough, Punk. Get off it, Punk.
You got a pack of cigarettes like
that was pretty funny. And then Del Rio came in.
smokes, I'll let you do what you want.
I mean,
When Laurinaitis tries to yell, it's just
it doesn't
funny.
He
work.
makes funny faces, period. It's like he's sucking on a bad popsicle.
He sounds like Mr. Anderson from Beavis and Butthead.
Damn it, Bobby.
Butthead. Yeah, King of Hank Hill.
Stop whacking in his shit, Bobby. What an ass.
I'll catch you two whacking in my shit again.
at least they're trying to put over the Del Rio Punk feud, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
That's came back.
another reason I don't watch TNA. I'm busy watching the new Beavis and Butthead.
No kidding. I don't blame you.
They're trying to make it a personal thing between Punk and Del
Yeah.
Rio, and Laurinaitis is the
Well, they
guy
better
in there.
keep building it because they got another week. That's it.
Did you guys happen to see the anonymous Raw general manager storyline
Yes,
sign?
yes, that was
somebody had
hilarious.
somebody had a sign and it was in the form of a question. It said anonymous Raw general manager storyline.
Question mark.
Really?
There was also a Mordecai sign. You remember Mordecai?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Joey Styles. Oh
and it
my
was
God!
it was in the same area. I think it might have been the same guy, but I didn't.
Mordecai?
Yeah,
My favorite
Wow.
sign was they showed it real quick. It said turn Cena face. That was my favorite
Oh,
one. That's pretty
very
funny.
nice.
That was pretty funny. That was good. I was laughing. I was like, wow, I can't believe it. Somebody.
It'd be
actually
funny if somebody
brought
said
that in.
like bring back Glacier or something.
bring
you know?
back Glacier. I liked Glacier,
Sub-Zero.
even though he was a blatant Sub-Zero ripoff.
Obviously, Mortal Kombat.
But he never got over. So, all right, we're getting into the past now. We need
Yeah,
to
we are.
we need to keep.
So
moving
that's all the
forward here.
promos. Just go through the match results real quick. Who won? What was the match?
The first match was John Morrison actually picking up a victory.
Hey, we
against
also
Win.
give him a
Dolph
cheer.
A
Ziggler.
win over the champion.
Which
How
is
about
annoying
that?
because they could have they could have him beat anybody to break his
Well,
losing streak,
yeah.
and it has to be Dolph Ziggler.
And they
Why?
were saying, oh, Dolph's on a bit of a losing streak too.
Yeah.
He lost 2 matches. 2 matches is not a losing streak.
WWE.com had a thing up
A story about
how John Mo had lost his mojo. Did you see that?
Jomo has no mojo.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
all of a
did you-
sudden he wins. Go
he-
figure.
Apparently, and from what I've understood, he won the match the day he broke up with Melina.
Really?
I'm pretty sure they are done now.
Wow.
Go figure. Vince was
Because
probably like,
Melina,
well, if you get rid of that bimbo, I'll put you over.
where was it? I saw it. Yeah, it was on Twitter. Melina was talking about, I found Mr. Wrong, Mr. Tool,
Yeah.
Mr. Douche. I've
Trying to
never
find
found Mr. Right.
Yeah.
Batista's still available.
Yeah, really.
Hello. We all know what happened there.
He walks alone inside this pit of danger. He needs company.
Yeah, he Batista bombed Melina a couple times. Supposedly.
I heard half the locker room Batista bombed her.
Wow. Hello.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Sorry, that was my phone.
loved
Sorry
it.
about that. That was my phone. Yes, that was Zelda, by the way.
Big ups to Zelda.
I just don't get. I mean, the
Nintendo.
crowd wasn't even really into the match because they didn't believe that Morrison actually had a chance to win, and then it seemed like they were shocked when he actually did win the match.
I wasn't because I saw
Yeah.
if WWE didn't put up that article, then I would have thought he would have lost. But
Yeah.
after they put up that article,
very obvious
it was
that
obviously
he's
he
gonna-
might going to win.
Yeah, I don't get
All
that.
right, so any other matches? I know Kofi Kingston fought.
He got
squashed.
Squashed by Del Rio. in about 2
really.
minutes.
If anybody thought that Kofi was actually going to
No.
win that match,
You're dreaming.
Yeah.
It's
Or
a
you're
good- it's a
smoking
good
what
way to-
RVD is.
Yeah.
Or what Kofi is.
Or what Kofi
Or what
is.
Evan Bourne is.
Hey,
It's
all
a good. It's a
good.
good way to put Del Rio over. He's trying to show his mean side now, his mean streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't smile as much anymore. You notice that? He's not like, hey, I'm Alberto Del Rio. Now it's like, I'm Alberto Del Rio. Huh. And it's all grumpy stuff.
But he still cuts the same promos. so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any
They always talking
during that
like
match-
Punk said, he's one-dimensional. Always talking about his destiny and all that.
he actually that was kind of a shoot.
Yeah.
I don't know if they mentioned it during that match. I think they
was the
announced
promo.
it right before the 5-on-5 elimination tag match for the Survivor Series.
Which is?
Randy Orton,
Yep.
Sheamus,
Yep.
Mason Ryan,
Did we predicted this?
Sin
right?
Cara- Cara's
Kofi
in it, isn't
Kingston, and Sin Cara versus Team Barrett, which is obviously Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Christian, Jack Swagger, and Hunico.
Hunico.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's
I guess that's cool.
And again, this goes back to the one lady,
What we were
one girl
talking
on YouTube who said, "Why don't you cover SmackDown?" That is one thing that I did see where Epico, him and Hunico kind of teamed up.
Yeah. They're in a tag
against
match
Sin
on
Cara.
SmackDown this week, too.
Oh, they are. Who's it
Wow.
against?
The Usos.
Oh yeah, the Usos with
The best entrance ever.
It is. I like it. I like that entrance. Though.
So out of those, who's going to be left in that match? I mean, probably Orton and Sheamus will probably be standing.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah, actually, it's probably a pretty good prediction.
Of course, it might just be Sheamus because they are pushing him pretty.
Yeah, they might live. Yeah, and they are pushing finally Wade Barrett. Team Barrett. I like
The
it.
Barrett Barrage.
it might-
That's what he's going by.
It
Yeah.
might come down to Barrett and Sheamus. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say it right now, it'll come down to Barrett and Sheamus will be the last
And
two.
Barrett wins.
I'm not going to say who wins
Why
because
don't
I'll
we-
probably be wrong.
Why don't we hold that off for the Survivor Series preview show?
Okay.
that
Well,
works.
calm down there, Chief.
Really?
All right.
Are we going to do a special show for Survivor
we
Series?
can.
It's one of the big four.
We definitely can. I don't know when
Sure.
we would do it. See, is that a week from this Sunday?
Yeah, we can.
Maybe a Sunday?
We can
Squeeze
work
in
something.
We could do a Sunday. We could do it before, or we could all go to B-Dubs and then come in here and record a post-game show. All of us drunk.
A post match.
That actually might be funny,
That would be a good match. That would be a good show.
especially if the show stinks. Okay, so the main event. Is there any other matches we can talk
Mason
about?
Ryan beat JTG in the squash.
You
JT
mentioned this
and
before.
JTG is a heel now.
No, yeah, he is a heel. It was
and
just weird
Batista
because,
2.0 beat him.
Yeah.
But it's funny because
JTG was ruined the second they let Shad go.
There was,
well, it's funny because like Wes told me before,
Yeah.
You mentioned it. It's a good point. This match should have been on Superstars.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
was
Why are
a
they putting
typical
this on
squash
Raw?
match. As soon as I saw JTG walk
and
out,
also,
get out.
we should. Speaking of squashing,
Yeah.
we should note that Brodus Clay did not debut this
No.
week.
Didn't they tease him for this
Yeah,
week?
Yeah.
but John Laurinaitis said that he was too good.
Yeah,
to
he said that he's not
debut
going
in
to waste
Liverpool.
it on
Yeah.
the people in Liverpool. In other words, he was getting cheap heat.
Yeah.
That's the definition.
In other
of
words, they
cheating.
had no plan on who they wanted him to fight, so they're just going to
I
hold
think
it
your
off.
phone's going off, Jason.
My phone's vibrating like crazy over here. Okay, it just died.
Yes.
Oh,
Shout out to everybody dialing my phone right now at 10:46 on Tuesday night. By the time this is up, it'll be Wednesday night. So whatever. We're here. I don't know. So what's the main event?
There's one other match before the main event.
All
It was
right.
Swagger and Santino.
Oh, my
Swagger
God.
got his
Swagger got the
got his
win.
heat back.
Sorry.
You know what? I'd rather watch Zelda right now.
I'm gonna mute this. I'm sorry.
All right, let me say this while you're doing that. Why is Santino
I don't know.
getting matches on Raw when talented guys are not?
And they're sitting in the back waiting
Why?
for their chance, and they're putting
What?
him out there.
I'm
Because
sick of
Santino
it.
is over.
It's sick.
Some
The
reason.
people like him for some reason.
He's over
and
overseas.
he's got that stupid Cobra sleeve. Every time I see that thing, I want to choke him with it.
It's stupid.
It is stupid.
It's the stupidest move, and Raw, again, if you haven't noticed, ladies and gentlemen, sucked this week. Impact, and I'm not an Impact big-time supporter, but the last two shows I've sat through have been better than Raw. Other than the Muppet stuff, which was funny.
Yeah.
The wrestling, the storytelling, hate to say it, other than a couple segments on Impact, which weren't that good, Impact's
No.
been better. And that's sad because WWE's building up to
we
Survivor Series.
always touch on it too.
So-
Swagger, he has so much potential and so much.
And they got him
to
against
give.
Santino.
And they're
Yeah.
putting him in some kind of little.
Let's
stupid
remember
mini feud
that
with
Jack Swagger is
Morella.
a former world heavyweight
Yes.
champion.
He can do a lot of things for WWE. He could be
Yeah.
he could be profitable for him if they really
I'm not
want
saying
him to
he could be the next Kurt Angle, but
No.
he could be damn
He could
close.
yeah, they could put him in
Because
some kind
they've
of role
got
like
the
that.
same kind of background, the
Yeah.
same kind of
The
gimmick, the
amateur
American.
wrestling, and
Yeah.
American background.
big-
yes.
He's using the
Yeah.
ankle lock.
Yes.
The big problem, I think, with WWE right now is the biggest thing is it's been for 10 years, it seems like, this stupid brand expansion. It's got to
They
end.
kind of ended it with the Raw Super Show.
Yeah, but again, they're not putting SmackDown against Raw guys. They just need to end it.
No.
Have Cena on SmackDown. Have Orton on Raw.
Have everybody on every show.
Yeah.
I'm not saying put everybody on every show every
No,
week.
don't
You can't do that.
overbook.
Nah.
Yeah.
Don't
This
overbook.
This
but-
show wasn't the Super Show. But they were taping, or not taping, but they were doing a SmackDown.
But think about
house
it like
show.
this:
Oh.
you could have Rock do a Raw and then fly
Maybe
him
you
to
go
where
to SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
You would watch Raw or SmackDown next week if Rock was going to be on there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
usually
you
watch
wouldn't even
anyway.
think
We're not
twice.
the only ones that
Yeah.
would watch.
Yeah, it's
Or maybe do it live every
or
once in a
CM
while
Punk.
on Tuesdays.
If
I mean, throw it
CM
in there
Punk
every
on
once in a while.
SmackDown, he
Yeah.
was on there
They
against
could even
Christian.
do it live on
Yeah.
Fridays if
Yeah.
they really wanted to.
I know.
I don't get to, like, when they put the Raw superstars on the show, they don't even promote them at all. Like, CM Punk was on there.
Yeah.
Right. That
The
they
only
don't
one-
promote.
The only ones they bother promoting are Cena and Triple H.
Yes.
Which Triple H ain't even around right now.
Like we were talking about earlier, like why are they doing the Triple H and Nash thing? They could have had Triple H branch off with the Miz and R-Truth, had the old guy go against them, and then
I would
Nash
have
and
loved. I would have loved to see Triple H and
then a
Miz
Nash and
at
Punk
Mania.
match, yes.
Triple H and Miz at Mania would even be good.
That would have been good, but
Yes.
it's the smart thing, and they ain't gonna do it.
No.
Just sad because Triple H has a lot of leverage in that storyline
I mean, I
department.
don't know
but I guess he doesn't call all the shots.
What's the benefit to having
Maybe he
two-
really is the one wearing the panties in that relationship.
I guess so.
Where's the benefit of having the two old part-timers wrestling in a match? I just don't.
There is none.
I know. I don't
Unless
get
they bring Sean in to spice it up. Maybe. And like
Maybe.
Troy said, it was a good promo, so we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
The match ain't going to be good.
No.
No.
Triple H is going to have to work his damnedest, and I'm talking damnedest to
Didn't
get
they have
Nash
a Hell in
match.
the Cell match?
Who?
Triple H
Yeah.
and Kevin Nash,
That was
like
all
in
right.
2003.
But that was, and
That was
Nash is
8
in good
years ago.
shape. Nash is in good
For
shape.
his age, he is.
Yeah.
He's big,
He's
dude.
in good shape, and they let him use the Just for Men, unless they did with The Rock. So
Yes.
Hey, Nash, your stash is trash.
He came out to the NWO music, obviously, which is his theme.
Well, they just give him the old Diesel thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
right. Where's the Diesel?
Do people in the audience really? Do they expect him not to remember the NWO?
Nah, no.
They remember
know.
the NWO theme.
And that's shocking because you'd think Vince would be like, huh, that wasn't my idea.
NWO,
I
God,
don't
that
wanna
was a
use that.
horrible idea.
I want Diesel music.
They're trying to remind the kids. They're trying to approach the kids with the history of the NWO, maybe.
And Cena's new movie sucks. I know there was a promo for that.
The reunion.
You know, that movie was said to be the worst movie in professional, like any wrestler. And I'm talking Hogan did Mr. Nanny. This is the worst wrestling movie in the world.
Good.
In the world.
You know, the whole thing about it is, I don't know if I've said that. I might have said this last week or whenever when we found out about it. Have you heard the premise of the movie?
Yeah,
It's like
sort of.
their uncle or their
Somebody
dad
dies, their dad dies, and they have to get
and then
together.
They said that in the will, they said, I'll leave you everything I have, but you have to work together. So they decide to open up a private investigation. They could have opened up a bakery.
Could open up a donut shop.
A donut shop, a gas
A pizzeria.
station. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
Something
they
non-violent.
put their lives on the
Yes.
line.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
They said it's a John Cena love fest. That's the whole
Oh,
movie.
that's all every John Cena
I know.
movie is.
It's trash.
And
Hey,
you wanna-
John, your movies are trash. Your beer is weird.
your box office ratings are trash.
Yeah. Shout out to Just for Men. Emmett Smith and Randy Johnson, big up.
What up, big unit?
All right, so the main event.
Wes is shaking his head.
Oh,
He
gosh.
is disappointed with us.
I'm disappointed in Raw
Yes.
this week. I'm trying to
hate
make
Just for
fun of
Men.
this, but huh?
I said I hate Just for Men.
Why do you use it?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say you're 20-some years old.
What do you hate Just for Men?
I don't like
That's
the idea
that's
of
a
it.
weird thing to hate.
We love them
Let's
on
just-
this show.
Let's just be natural in this world.
Okay.
The expresses and the expresses and opinions on this show are not necessarily that of all the outside the ring staff.
They are my opinions.
By the way, follow us on Outside the Ring Twitter.
One.
Outside the One. Yeah, Outside the
Outside the One.
Outside the One. Outside the Ring 1 on Twitter.
Yeah, you know the main event. Miz and Truth defeated John Cena and Zack Ryder.
Who got pinned?
John Cena got
What?
pinned by the Miz. Our
What?
Truth was holding his leg down.
Yeah.
but
Oh, of
John
course.
Cena
Well,
couldn't.
not clean.
He couldn't move his upper torso or his legs. He was pinned. I mean, his arms. He was pinned down. So
And that's how Raw ended. That's how Raw ended?
Yeah, again, this just goes to show that if Cena
It was a weak
loses,
finish.
he can't lose
No.
without it being a screw job.
Nope.
Even Orton on the SmackDown. Spoiler alert!
Didn't we already hit on this, though?
I don't. Did we?
No,
Wade
we
Barrett
didn't say
beat
what
Wade
happened.
Barrett beat Randy Orton clean on SmackDown.
Yeah. Well, it
And
was
that's a
kind
top
of clean.
star.
It was a thumb to the eye and then a roll up.
Well,
It's a pin without
better than
using
anything.
somebody's outside leverage.
A win is a win is a win. If you
a
ask
win
me.
is a win.
It was a decent match. I mean, the crowd was into
They're
Zack
pushing.
Ryder.
They're finally pushing Barrett, and I like that.
Yeah. So they're pushing Zack Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
Zack's getting cheered. Cena's getting booed. Miz and Truth are probably getting cheered just when Cena's in the ring.
Ryder got a lot more cheers than I thought
He did.
would. He's
I
more-
didn't.
I see him as
I
more
was
of like an
thinking-
American.
I was
thing.
thinking the same thing. The American thing. I was so
You know
surprised.
what it is?
The Long Island thing.
It's internet
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
I'm not calling you an internet geek, but there's internet.
I love the internet.
Internet fans. Just like when Michael Cole made fun of Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Most internet wrestling hardcore fans know who Daniel Bryan is. Zack
yeah.
Ryder got his push on the internet, and he's not like the system. That's the same with CM Punk.
Yeah.
CM Punk got over. Why? He's different than the
Exactly.
media guys. That's why Zack Ryder.
Plus,
I think, is
he's
getting
just
pushed.
absolutely great on the mic. I've shown you.
Yeah.
I know I've shown you. You've probably seen the
absolutely.
invisible microphone promo of
Yes.
his.
Punk is a genius on the mic,
Yes.
and he's a good wrestler.
And again, people will say, "Oh, he's breaking the fourth wall. He's only appealing to internet
Who
people."
cares?
I will smack you in the mouth.
Not really though, because if you notice, I see women, kids,
Yeah.
they get behind Punk.
Exactly.
Well,
Idiots.
what's the demographic that WWE's? Their main target's what? They act like it's kids,
different on
but
every day.
On
It's every
TV,
day is
on
different.
TV, it's the
It's
18 to
different
49.
every week.
It's the 18 to 49 demographic on
Well,
TV. That's the big one for
next-
all the moneymakers.
Yeah.
We'll hit on next week's Raw because it's going to be big, but that's going to bring in
Yeah, next week is
a
the
totally
big
different
3-hour
yeah.
show with The Rock.
Yes.
And Foley,
and
apparently.
Foley.
No,
Rock
they're
is
just
gonna be good.
they took Foley off the show.
What? Mm-hmm. Why?
No, they took him off of last night's show.
Yeah, last night he wasn't. He was supposed to be on.
No,
it,
he was
correct?
supposed to be on the. They pulled him from the.
I
the
highly
Rock
doubt that they're
reunion.
gonna. I highly
That's
doubt
what
they're gonna pull.
Well,
They
pulled.
can't.
They pulled his name off of the whatever
Off of
the
the-
synopsis
off
of
the-
the
yeah,
Rock
off the
returns
poster.
along with Mick Foley. Blah blah. blah.
I think that he will still be there,
You
but
think
they
he will
pulled
still
it
will?
off to try and
Yeah.
sway people.
You
away from
gotta
it.
have.
try to think
But
that,
I saw an
yeah.
interview where he said that he thought that they took him off the show because they wanted all the attention on The Rock and they didn't want anybody else getting it.
No,
You
what
gotta have
I
Rock
think
and
what
Foley
it
do
is
a
they
promo.
just took him off to try
I'm just telling you what I heard.
try to mislead people
Yeah.
to think, oh, okay, he's not going to be
Yeah.
there, and then all of a sudden he's there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's true.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
just
So, yeah.
throwing it out there.
So that's Raw.
And the funny thing was when Cena got beat, he immediately was up. Did you notice that? And he had
It
a
happens
smirk on his
every
face. He had a smirk
time.
on his face like, "Oh, you guys kind of beat me by cheating
Look
again."
at the
Wow.
last man standing match. He was
I know.
up at 10.5.
Yep.
We
So
can
stupid.
never end Raw with Cena down on the mat.
Nope. Never. Anybody thinks that Miz and R-Truth are going to win a Survivor Series?
No.
Would you ever? I would place all my money on the Browns winning Sunday compared to
unless-
this.
like Cena or The
unless The
Rock
Rock turns
turns.
on, not turns, but attacks Cena during
Yeah,
the
because
match.
I don't think they're really looking to turn either
Yeah.
of them. They
No.
want the face
crowd.
of this generation versus the face
Yeah,
of this
like
generation.
Hogan and Rock.
Yeah.
Although
They don't-
Hogan was a heel,
Hogan,
supposed
yeah,
to be.
Hogan was
but,
Hollywood Hogan then.
But then they got cheered.
Yeah.
You know going in, Cena's getting booed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
generation,
in Miami.
generation.
It's in Miami. He'll get cheered the crap out of next week in Boston.
You think so?
Well, when he had that promo,
I don't
with
know.
CM
He
Punk
might.
maybe.
before-
I think he'll still get a good amount of cheers.
Yeah, I mean, when he had that promo with
Yeah.
CM Punk before Money in the Bank, the Raw before, he got booed and CM Punk was getting cheered. And CM Punk even brought it up in
That's
the
right.
promo that
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
"You're getting booed in your own hometown
Yeah.
for God's sakes."
Yeah.
Like, you not realize this.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like the crowd was chanting, "You suck," and
Yeah.
Punk was like, "Who, me?"
Yeah.
He
Or
did that. He
him.
did that
Yeah.
during the match.
So Raw stunk this week.
Yeah.
Next week, I'm
Hopefully,
really hoping.
this is like the down, like the calm, whatever. This is like the downhill before the big spike.
Well, when it goes past December and you hit Royal Rumble, that's
Yeah.
when wrestling is great in WWE land.
it's like sweeps week for
yeah,
for wrestling.
from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, it's must
Oh, yeah,
see
because
TV.
that is the road to WrestleMania.
Yep.
That is
Yeah.
when feuds get,
Yep.
really deep.
Yep.
They get, really in depth, finalized,
Yeah.
cemented, and then they resolve it at WrestleMania.
I'm hoping.
We can only
I'm-
pray for that.
Really?
Some kind of
I don't
smart booking decision.
I'm just
Well,
wondering.
yeah.
You mentioned the Royal Rumble. I'm just wondering who the big, surprise entrance because there's always some kind of surprise.
You guys wanna go?
entrant.
What, to
Where
the
is it?
Rumble?
Yeah, it's in St. Louis.
I ain't going to St. Louis.
The Royal Rumble's in
Okay.
St. Louis.
What?
They
Okay.
are they always in St. Louis? Royal Rumble is always. I mean, the WWE's always in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah. Well,
A lot.
since Randy Orton's from there now, they feel like they have to go back every other 2 months. Just
Yeah.
to
I
please
guess.
him.
Well,
He'll probably end up winning the Rumble.
You think? Orton?
I
Watch.
No,
Watch.
Orton's gonna fight.
Yeah, well, he
I don't
did
know.
win the Rumble already, though, but...
yeah.
I mean,
Or did he?
God, I don't know
Or
who's
no,
gonna
he
win
didn't
it
win the
this
Rumble.
Yeah, Orton won the Rumble for
Oh, did he?
25.
When
Oh,
he
wait,
was a
yeah,
heel.
to challenge.
Because I remember
Triple
that
H,
was
yeah.
the one where he had problems getting the pyro to go off.
Yeah.
He was supposed to
Yeah,
go.
I was actually- yeah,
he
I
was
was at-
supposed to go up to the top
Yeah,
rope.
you're right. I was there for that.
The referee even had to tell him, go up. And
Hey,
Orton
Randy.
looked at him like, "What?
I'm gonna kick you in the head.
Punch you in the skull."
Right in the skull. Right.
That was good.
What?
That was good.
So Raw sucked.
Yeah,
It was- yeah.
We'll talk about next week's Raw here, and we'll talk about The Rock,
And we'll
as we
try to
close the
talk
show,
about
but-
SmackDown, but I mean,
Yeah. So, Troy,
Yes, sir.
this week in wrestling history.
This week in wrestling history, 2005, at a SmackDown taping in Indianapolis, Indiana, Eddie Guerrero defeated Ken Kennedy via disqualification when Guerrero tricked the referee, who was Charles Robinson, into thinking that Kennedy used the chair. As a result, I loved that
Guerrero
spot.
trick.
I love that. He smacked the chair on the mat, throw it
Fall
to the enemy,
down,
and then
yep.
fall down. As a result of the win, Guerrero had earned a spot on the SmackDown team for the Raw vs. SmackDown match at Survivor Series, and sadly, that was Eddie's last match before he passed away.
Yeah, I remember that match.
yeah.
And then they had to change
And,
everything.
we're talking about people's last matches. Umaga's last match was also against Kennedy.
Yeah. How do you
it
think
almost
Kennedy
seems
feels?
really.
Or Anderson.
Well,
Anderson,
that
whatever.
Survivor Series, I went to that one following Eddie's death, and
Yeah.
right before the show started, everyone in that whole building was chanting Eddie's name, and it was just like, it gave me the goosebumps just being there. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
I still remember the Raw after he died.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a great Raw. I mean,
was.
no storylines really progressed or anything. It was just a flat
Just a
tribute.
wrestling show.
Yeah.
They had that big thing when Eddie died. The Raw versus SmackDown Survivor Series thing was supposed to get started.
Yeah.
No.
Wasn't
And
that,
Eddie-
well,
that's
wait,
what it was
Was that
going on.
bragging rights or was that?
It was
That was Survivor Series. That was
Okay.
before they did
Yeah,
that
yeah.
pay-per-view. But they were
was a
building
stupid pay-per-view.
and they had to change all this stuff around.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
Well, it was like when Benoit
there was-
died. He was
Yeah.
scheduled to win the ECW title that night. Instead, at the last second, they gave it to John Morrison.
Well, I think they
Yeah.
were even talking about Eddie getting another push towards the WWE title
Yep.
right after
It makes you wonder
because him and Batista
where-
were kind of
Yeah, it really makes you wonder where he would be right now
Yeah.
if he was still alive.
yeah.
Because I mean, I know he was older. You know, it was taking a toll on his body. Would he still be wrestling,
he was 38.
or would he now be like a road agent or like a manager?
I think he'd
I
still
think
be
he'd
working
be-
part time.
I
Not
think
like not
yeah.
Triple H, but
Well, how old
Yeah.
would he have been?
he was 38 when he died.
and that was how many years ago?
6 years.
He might be done.
Yeah.
He
Close
would be in the
to.
Shawn Michaels age where he was
Although
like to the brink
Mysterio,
of-
I mean,
of stopping.
Plus, Mysterio's had surgery on his knees
Yeah.
7 times.
Seven times.
He could have been like Jericho, where he was taking time. He didn't go on the road and do the
Yeah.
house shows. Just do the weekly
Just do the
episodic shows.
just do the big shows.
Yeah.
I
big
think
shows and pay-per-views.
Eddie was one of the best of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Period.
entertaining.
Yeah,
He was a great wrestler.
Yeah, and same thing, and I know I'll get flack about this. Same thing can be said for Benoit.
Absolutely.
Yes, what he did was wrong. You
Absolutely.
can think what you want about him, but it still doesn't change the fact that he was one of the best in-ring performers
Yep.
in the history of that company.
Any match between Benoit and Angle, or Benoit and
Jericho.
Eddie, or Eddie and or
You can
Jericho.
put a pair together. It didn't matter. They put on a show.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so Eddie died. Actually, we're taping this on the 8th of November, so
He died
that
on
was
the
the 8th.
November 13th.
Yeah,
November 13th.
November 13th.
Yep.
So, well,
Well, I think that would be our...
pretty much our show. Well,
Pretty
next,
much it.
I guess we'll. Well, I guess we hit. Yeah, I guess we can hit the music. We'll hit the music now. And I guess we'll go out to some Nexus.
Oh yeah,
The hell? Since we got some Wade Barrett talk on this show.
there are
today.
none.
Yeah,
We are none.
We are none.
What a waste of an angle that they had with that, one.
That was like
Both
I
of
said,
them, both the new and the old
Yeah,
Nexus.
like I said,
Yeah.
when the original Nexus debuted and they did the big beat down and
It was
everything,
awesome.
that was sweet.
it was awesome. But when they singled out Cena, I knew right there
Who was
that
going over.
group is done already.
He took them all apart.
He takes everybody down. It's amazing.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
It's amazing how he does it. I don't get it.
So
He's
Raw,
so awesome. He's the best.
And plus, speaking of the Nexus, did we ever find out why they helped Kane win that Buried Alive match?
No.
Nope.
That just
Never.
kinda got
They
dropped.
It's the
The
same with
Undertaker,
with the
Wade
GM.
Barrett, they
The
never
anonymous
happened.
GM.
Yeah, because Undertaker was pushing for Barrett to
fight him.
to fight him at
Well,
WrestleMania.
Never did.
I was reading online where people talking about Undertaker and Barrett could possibly,
be this
end
year
up at
or
WrestleMania
next year.
I actually would
Yeah.
like to see that match. To
That
be
would be
honest,
interesting.
I mean, I don't.
It'd be good to actually build off something that happened in the past.
I don't
Really?
think Barrett will win,
No,
but at
nobody's
least
gonna
build
win.
it up. I
Nobody-
mean,
gonna win.
What they need to do with Undertaker's streak is either A, he keeps it and he goes completely undefeated,
Or loses somebody,
Or-
put him over.
exactly. That's
Big
the
time.
only reason somebody should
Somebody
lose.
huge.
Yeah.
Or somebody
Not
should,
huge,
should
but
beat
like-
him.
like I said,
I don't know.
if the one guy I really am afraid that can beat the Undertaker
Cena.
is John Cena, and I think everybody in that arena that night, stadium, whatever, is
They would
going to
run
riot.
over the barricade. They would run into the
John
ring.
Cena does not need it.
No, but
If
I can
I was
see
in
it
that
happening.
crowd,
Yeah.
I was in that crowd, and that was to happen, I would start throwing things. If I was on the floor, I would throw my little commemorative take-home chair into the ring, trying to hit Cena.
Right.
There
You
is
can't
no
see this,
sense for
huh?
that. I'd get a screwdriver and take the seats out of the stands
Oh my
in the
god!
arena.
Oh my god! So Raw, real quick before we wrap this show up, Raw this week
I'd
coming
say
up
A 3-hour show.
two stars for this week.
for this
2 out of
week.
5.
I would
Two
say
out of
maybe
five.
a 1.5.
It was
1.5.
I didn't. What I saw
whatever.
sucked. I'm sorry.
dragged.
It
It dragged.
wasn't that good.
SmackDown, from what I saw, was decent.
We'll see.
I can't really give it a star rating because I didn't see everything.
Next week's Raw is
Watch
going to be
that
pretty
Friday.
good, though. It's obviously the build-up for Survivor Series. It's
Yeah.
3
We'll
hours.
see.
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hour go
Yeah,
home
like we
show.
said, it
It
could be.
should be
Could have a lot of filler stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for 3 hours.
I
Could
think
have
it
a
The
will.
Cole challenge could be a half hour.
Could-
You never.
if-
We don't know.
if it goes
we don't
down.
know. It could be like a run around.
It might
the
not even
arena.
happen
Or
again.
how many freaking Hornswoggle segments are they going to have?
You know they're not going to take Michael Cole off
Hornswoggle's on
TV.
SmackDown.
Vince loves Michael Cole. He's not going to take Michael. JR, if you notice, JR never promotes Twitter. He never promotes
ever,
Facebook.
ever.
He
Neither
calls
does
the
King.
moves.
Neither does King.
Right.
Because
No.
JR is the damn.
Cole's the company guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Company guy.
JR is the straight man.
Yeah.
Cole is the freaking color guy, comedy relief.
He's
Yeah.
got Vince McMahon in his ear. So
You know,
Period.
remember the days
Period.
when Jerry Lawler was the color guy?
Yeah.
And now he's the play-by-play
Yeah.
guy, pretty much.
JR breaks down a match. Cole, as soon as the match starts, John Cena said on Twitter yesterday, quote,
Yeah, and that's stuff that pisses me off. The person he's mentioning on Twitter could have nothing to do with this match
yeah.
or the
yeah,
feud.
Yeah, and then JR, oh my God, John Cena's got the advantage. He's got upper body strength against Rey Mysterio. He broke down that
He
John
broke
Cena
the
Mysterio
match.
match. Oh my God.
He breaks down a match. He doesn't BS around with the social media.
I hope JR's there, though, for when
they
The Rock
can't even
comes
call
out.
moves anymore. It's amazing.
I would like to see JR there when The Rock comes out next week and
That's
call
fine. I
it
would
because
love that.
JR marks
Yes.
out for guys like nobody else.
Yes.
So
Well, Cole does a
Finally,
good
we
job
get
of
the
that with
Rock.
friggin'
We get the
Miz.
Rock live, and what's the last time that happened? This is his birthday celebration.
has come
right?
back to
Yeah.
Boston.
So that's been like what 5 months since he's been on live.
And, you know, people are saying, oh, but he said he was back and
Yeah.
he wasn't leaving.
He's back
ever
in
again,
spirit,
blah, blah,
people.
blah. No. What he meant, he wasn't meaning that I'm coming back to the company full time. What he meant is there wasn't going to be another 7-year
Right.
gap before he
Well,
came back.
hopefully he shows up after Survivor Series a couple of times to promote the
I'm
WrestleMania
thinking
feud.
the match,
Here's the thing.
the match at Survivor Series might spark something that might have him come back
Maybe.
a couple times.
I like
before
Rumble.
WrestleMania.
Rumble.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
I'd like to see Rock actually be the surprise entrant in the Rumble.
There you go. Here's the
I'm not
thing.
saying have him win it. 'cause
No,
that
but
would be
have him,
dumb.
have him
have him
eliminate
throw out
Cena
Cena.
and then get
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
exactly.
Either that or have him and Cena be the last one. Maybe like they do the double elimination spot, but they do the replay and
Yeah,
Rock's
something.
feet hit
Yeah,
just before
yeah.
Cena.
Why not? But you know what? As we wrap up the show, to end the Rock Cena thing, look.
Is the music still playing?
Yes, it is. The music is still playing. It's looping. The Rock is making good movies.
Cena
Cena's
is
not.
making terrible movies.
Yes.
So anytime Cena says something like, "Oh, The Rock,
I'm
he
still
goes
here.
away.
Oh,
I'm still here
I'm here.
making crappy movies,"
You played a fairy with a tooth.
which
And
still grossed
it's still
way
grossed
more.
better than 2 of your movies combined.
All
Your
of his
movies go
movies.
right to Walmart. Shout out to Walmart, by the way. We are out of time. We love you. One more shameless plug for Mick Foley, who might be on Raw this week. Hopefully, as Troy said. Twitter, you can follow us at Outside the Ring #1. And also Facebook, Outside the Ring. We love you there. YouTube, Troy Austin, what is it?
It is Outside the Ring 1, just like on Twitter.
Yep. And email our questions
Email
at...
is outsidethering316@gmail.com.
There you
Do
go.
not be afraid to email us. We still haven't had a single email yet.
So,
Just one. Give us one,
Give us a
please.
sec-
Somebody
even if
out
you
there.
Even if you just put down hi.
and we want damn views. We got to get these views up. Tell your friends. You're going to be a
friends.
part of a revolution.
Tell your neighbors.
That's right.
It ain't the
Tell your
Rider
grandparents.
Revolution.
It's not the Rider Revolution.
We
So,
wish it was.
we got to wrap this thing up. So, for Jason, for my esteemed colleagues, the stat man himself, Wes,
Here I am.
Cigarette, Burden,
This is John Lawrence. Shut up.
Never smoked in my
and
life.
get your beers ready for Troy, Stone Cold,
Hell yeah.
Austin.
What was that?
Enjoy your
I'm
week.
drinking.
We'll see you next week. We out of here.
Deuces.